Almost 40 years ago, a young man in Oklahoma named Harlan Stonecipher was hospitalized as a result of an automobile accident in which he was not at fault. To add insult to injury, he was sued by the offending driver. As a result of losing his life savings to defend himself from a lawsuit that never should have happened, he started a company that laid the foundation and created the infrastructure that would change one of the largest, oldest industries in the history of the world. In this brief presentation, you will learn exactly why a private equity firm invested $651 million recently in this company and how it could have a dramatic impact on your life. My name is Patrick Shaw, and I'm one of over 150 people who have earned in excess of $1 million in personal income through this incredible business. For myself, I was $37,000 in credit card debt. I had started 3 companies. I had 20 different jobs. And I always believed in the possibility of becoming wealthy in the richest country in the world. But possibility does not always equal probability, as we know. I had no challenge with working hard, and I knew that business ownership was the way to go in America. After all, half of all millionaires own their own business, and more than 80% are self-made. But I just hadn't found a vehicle that allowed me to overcome the traditional challenges that cause most new businesses to fail. You see, in traditional business, you have to manage and deal with cash flow, overhead, inventory, competition, marketing tools, advertising, accounting, customer service, technology, square footage, insurance, employees. You're wearing 50 different hats, 90% of which most people have no experience in. I was grateful for every job I had, but I knew I was trading time for money, building somebody else's dream, and that was a slow path to freedom. Although it's a slow path, it's one that most people take today, and the results are just not that impressive. 50% of college grads can't find full-time jobs. The economy has changed dramatically in the last few years. We're still experiencing record unemployment. Household income has dropped 5 consecutive years. 75% of retirees have retirement funds of only $30,000 or less. And job security is largely a thing of the past. In the wealthiest country in the world, many people are missing out on life. Jobs can be appealing, though, because they have structure and direction. What if you could have the best of all worlds? The structure and direction of a job with the opportunity and the upside of business ownership. What if there were a system that handled many of the traditional challenges of businesses and allowed you to focus on activities that produce income? My wife and I were very fortunate. We were introduced to a better vehicle. We discovered a very unique, lucrative, and fun opportunity to work from anywhere as an independent associate. This opportunity provided us complete financial freedom and a solid company backing us that offered both the support and the direction. A company that maintained 15 consecutive years of increased earnings on the New York Stock Exchange. What's more amazing is that we marketed a service that most people have never heard of. There was no national advertising campaign, real web presence, but we did have a phenomenal service that people needed, they could afford, and there was virtually no competition. In this brief overview, I will introduce you to this company and how it might just be the timing in business that you've been looking for. Engraved on the west side of the Supreme Court building, it says equal justice under law. But is that a reality for the average American today? Are people actually able to access the legal system? Let me ask you a few questions. Have you ever been treated unfairly? Been overcharged for a repair? Had a child custody or support issue? Lost a security deposit? Had difficulty getting a company to honor a warranty? Signed a contract or document? Been audited? Had an insurance company that didn't pay a bill they should have? Dealt with a mortgage or foreclosure issue? Had questions about small business? Prepared a will or wanted to? Had your identity stolen? All of these are legal issues. So what do we mean by a legal issue? We mean any time the use of an attorney could better or improve the outcome of that situation. The fact is, legal access is expensive. Imagine this. You walk into a high-profile attorney's office, tell them you want to pay a flat monthly fee. For that fee, you want unlimited consultation, 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, letters and phone calls made on your behalf, a will prepared. You want assistance with moving traffic violations, coverage if you're ever named in a personal civil suit. You want your whole family covered in every state across the country. What would they say? How much would they charge you? Seems like an almost ridiculous question, doesn't it? What attorney in his or her right mind is going to charge anything but an exorbitant flat fee for such open-ended services? LegalShield is the company that is changing how legal services are administered forever. You'd be hard-pressed to find an industry larger or an industry that's in more need of a revolution than the legal industry. It dates back to the 4th century Greece. It's old and it's big. Over $300 billion in the U.S. alone. Unfortunately, it's also broken. The average American has no real access at $300 an hour. So who's the company behind all of this? Well, LegalShield was established in 1972. We currently represent more than 4 million individual members with our service. Our company's been featured in every financial journal you can think of. We achieved 15 consecutive years of increased earnings as a publicly traded company. We have high ratings with the Better Business Bureau, the National Chamber of Commerce. Over 30,000 companies offer our service as an employee benefit. What's most incredible is that despite this massive success, again, most people have no idea who we are or what we do. Usually, to be on the ground floor of an opportunity means the concept, management, and their market position are all new and untested, or there is no opportunity for you to participate. LegalShield, on the other hand, has reached almost $500 million in revenues without the traditional marketing tools of a business that size. With less than 2% market penetration in the US or Canada, the timing is perfect. The statistics validate this. 90% of the U.S. population states that they have no form of coverage. 9 out of 10 people would use attorneys if they were affordable. 60% of families state they would be interested if a service like this existed. LegalShield has a system, a model that not only fills this need, but allows you to partner on a part or full-time basis. The LegalShield opportunity is not only a way to generate immediate income, but it is also a vehicle to create long-term financial and time freedom. When you consider that 45% of people at retirement are dependent on their relatives, 30% on charity, 23% are still working at the age of 65, and only 2% are financially free, it's easy to see that most people need a new plan. Now, we don't want to assume anything about your financial situation. You may be doing incredibly well, and someone you trust just asked you to take a look. Either way, we generally find that people are looking for a few things. Once all the basics are there, they're saying, hey, this is simple. The average person doesn't have a lot of time, maybe 7 to 12 hours a week, maybe a little bit more. Between children, careers, and life, there's not a lot of time left. Business ownership makes sense, but the traditional headaches we talked about before make it very difficult. We understand people are very busy. Well, that's no problem either, because we've got a system and the tools to help you leverage your time. Online presentations like this one, recordings, apps, DVDs, luncheons, and live events. Our business is not a fit for everyone, nor are we trying to make this business right for everybody. But we are looking for the people that are a fit for our business. You'll receive everything you need to launch your LegalShield business, a startup kit that includes all the basic tools. Additionally, there's an online first step training to get you started. You'll go to a live basic training class that will walk you through everything you need to know to succeed in your new business. You're in business for yourself, but not by yourself. That's all part of a very small investment. There's a field training system that's in place, online access to the back office. Despite the fact that we have over 1,000 people earning $50,000 plus a year and hundreds of independent associates earning 6 figures plus, More than 95% started on a part-time basis, with a simple goal of generating an extra $500 to $1,000 per month. Our compensation plan is lucrative, and we pay commissions on a daily basis in 3 simple ways. Number 1, we will pay you a personal advance on membership sales. This means you can generate immediate income. Second, we'll pay overrides. This allows you to become an agent or act as a broker. This is the side of the compensation that allows you to create true leverage and time freedom by helping others to start their own business or add our service to their current offering. And then last but not least, we're going to pay lifetime residuals on the memberships you generate or help to generate. That's Elvis Presley kind of money. Now, whether you believe he's alive or dead, he's still one of the highest paid entertainers in show business. You can do something today and get paid year after year after year. In LegalShield, you can be paid repeatedly on the work you did once. On top of personal, override, and residual income, there are additional benefits. Performance Club bonuses where you can generate as much as $500 a month in bonus money towards the purchase of a BMW in just 12 months. There are annual exotic trips every year from Punta Cana in the Dominican Republic to Hawaii and Jamaica. Commissions are paid daily by direct deposit. The company is solid. The need and service are incredible. The compensation plan is simple and lucrative. We have a system that can help you succeed. What's left? The great equalizer, timing. LegalShield's in front of 2 massive trends, legal access and identity theft. This is a way for you to give people access to a valuable service and at the same time help you to start a business that could give you the time and financial freedom you've always wanted. The big successes are not the companies that come up with a brand new concept and have to convince the masses. It's the company that sees there's 15 years of declining growth in America in the coffee industry, and they revolutionize that industry. Starbucks. It's the book industry, the big box retailer, the brick and mortar bookstore, a la Borders, that's no longer in business. It's a thing of the past. Why? Amazon, ebooks, Kindle, they revolutionized the way people thought of an old industry. What if you could have participated in one of these revolutions? That's precisely what LegalShield is doing today. Over the last 40 years, an incredible foundation has been laid. A great product and thousands of attorneys to support our 4 million members. Because of a recent investment and purchase by a New York private equity firm, this incredible product and company have been completely rebranded, and it has recently been reintroduced to North America. The marketing analysis, branding, IT, support, high-profile corporate leadership is here and has literally put us in a position to create the perfect storm. The great news about this revolution is the only way this service goes to market is through individual, independent associates like you and I. We are looking for people who are looking for a better way, who will help us market a service that is needed desperately and most people are not aware of. We want people who still believe in the power of free enterprise and the value of being your own boss. If you believe that working smarter is better than just working harder, then we encourage you to find out more about LegalShield and see if it could be just the business that leaves you better off in the long run. Get with the person who invited you to review this information, and we look forward to the potential of working with you.